Hey guys, and welcome to SHAY'S Stocks. It is day 18 and it is video number 21. How have we been getting on? Well, not too badly, that's how. The market hasn't been fantastic. I think we've had about 5 bad days since my last video, and no, that's not right. 5 days in total since my last video. I think 3 bad, 2 good, and the last 2 have been pretty decent. So yeah, we're looking back to where we were towards the start. I think we went all the way down to a 10% deficit on our account. That moved more to 5%, and looking at it now, I think it's only about 60 down. So what's that? Like, it's not a lot. Try and do the math on that. Gosh. So we're talking, what, 3%, 2 or 3% down in the 3 months we've been doing it. So that's really decent, and it's heading in the right direction, more importantly. And we've got a nice balance of stocks now. So we've had a few changes, nothing major. We've still got, since our last video, Nike, SOFI, and ONDAS. But we've brought in, just today, thanks to an extra few funds from a kindly investor, we have gone with NOVO. Now, just to tell you about what's happening with each of these companies, just briefly, to keep you in the loop, I wanted to do another pre-Christmas video, get the tree in, just so it's on record. And in 12 months time, now when I'm still making videos and the tree's up again and we can see how far we've come, well, it's been nice to look back on this. So we've got our biggest investment now is ONDAS, 30%, which is incredibly aggressive. I've just asked Gemini to rate my portfolio, and it's given me a 6.5 out of 10, which I'm quite happy with. It's really happy with my variation in stocks. Like, we've got one in finance, one in tech, one in medicals, and the other one's like sports. So we've got kind of a nice mix across the board. None of it's AI, so I'm quite protected from AI bubble type stuff. So we've got 30% in ONDAS, which is our biggest holding. That we bought in low 8s in the end, I think it was, and it's kind of high 8s now, so that's doing okay. We've got 27% of our portfolio in Nike. Now, we only bought that 5 days ago or so. Really decent. We bought in at the basement price. It's not going to go down, and within the last 24 hours, the CEO has bought nearly $3 million worth of shares, and the CEO of Apple has bought over $3 million of shares. So something's going down there. I wasn't expecting Nike to make any moves for 6 months, but I do expect in 12 months for it to go from its current sub $60 to $90 plus. Still think that's going to happen, but maybe they're going to make a few moves early, which would be fantastic. It shows that the new CEO is well incentivized personally, financially, but also he's really keen to make a good impression, which is what I hoped, and that's already showing to be the case. So next we've got SOFI at 24%. They're making great moves, all the right ideas, having your credit card, bank account, checking account, all these things in one place. They're doing crypto, they're doing solid coin or hard coin or whatever. They want to supply actual banks with this stuff. So yeah, they're huge, and I think we've got in exactly the right time. And NOVO, like I say, that's a today thing, just for 17% of our portfolio. Medicine's always speculative, but in this case, they've been a company that's gone down 44% this year, which you would think, run away, it could keep going down. But the good thing is they're into diabetes, weight loss medicines. They've had this injectable weight loss medicine this year, which has done okay for them. But a lot of people don't like injections. They've now managed to get this in tablet form, a daily tablet, which is going to be massively easy to produce, cheap to produce. It's going to be, it's going to sit on shelves for a lot longer. You don't need to refrigerate it like the injectables. it's going to be so much easier, and they've already got like they can get this stuff out in India. They've been FDA approved in the United States. They're going to start distributing in America in January. It can go all over the world with this stuff, and it's not an American company. It's in Denmark. Apparently the CEO has links with he's on their banking board in Denmark. He's got political links. He's well liked. He's well respected. They basically kept the economy in Denmark afloat single-handedly last year. So yeah, really excited about NOVO. To have some stake in it's really good. $52. That jumped 10% a few days ago, and I missed the jump. Would have loved to have got in at like 47, and now it's sitting at 52. We've got in at 52, and I don't care, because 6 to 12 months, I'm fully expecting that to hit the 90s that it used to be. But if this drug really does what I think it's going to do, they're going to be a money printing machine in 2026. It's just going to be dollars after dollars, dollar bills everywhere. So if that happens, double up. Why not? Turn that 500 into $1,000, no problem. And it could go beyond that, because what happens when you get loads of money? You buy more companies, you invest more in research, you come up with bigger and better things, and the next breakthrough is just around the corner. So for a company that has dipped and dipped and dipped and used to be huge, this is something I believe it's hit the floor now. I'm willing to back that it has hit the floor and will bounce back. Even if it goes down a little bit more now, that's fine. Even if it drops down 10%, and goes down to the levels it was before the announcement, absolutely fine. Because when January kicks in, they'll start selling this stuff. They'll get their first quarterly financials come out, and it probably won't be that good. And then the second quarterly financials will come out, and it'll be like boom, their expectations will go through the roof, and that's where we'll see the real uptick of maybe 10 to 20% on this stock, overnight potentially. Then everybody starts getting interested, investors start coming along, and they start getting back to the heady days of where they used to be. They've got their main competitors, I think their shares worth over $1,000 per share. So, the market's there, and they used to be big, they're going to be big again, and they've got this market-leading product now, flagship product, and they're going to be going all out in January, because no one else is going to be able to release their product for at least 3 months. So we've got a runway to get there first. And a lot of people, when they start on something, they carry on something if it works. They don't change. So if they get this right, they'll have customers locked in for not just that 3-month runway, but way beyond. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzed about NOVO. So that's where our portfolio is at. That's where it's going to stay at now for the rest of 2025 into 2026. I'm confident looking ahead that, even if they go down in the short term, I believe all 4 of those companies are going to have good financials in the first quarter of next year.